Welcome back to Mutual of Terror. Last week, we covered the Imperial Drop Marines, the versatile ground forces of the Empire. This week, we will study the weapons, warriors, and legends that forged civilization among the stars. Today, we return to one of the most feared and beloved aircraft ever built by the Empire, the A-20 Razorback. Built from an ancient legend, the Razorback traces its bloodline to Terra's old Fairchild Republic, A-10 Thunderbolt II, a machine famous for surviving punishment that would destroy lesser aircraft. Imperial engineers admired one truth of the A-10. If troops are in danger, the aircraft must keep flying. They did not simply imitate that philosophy, they expanded it. The result was the A-20 Razorback, larger, stronger, deadlier, and capable of operating in atmosphere, near orbit, and contested landing zones. Where the old Terran aircraft guarded one battlefield, the Razorback was designed to defend entire campaigns across multiple worlds. Legacy of Terra, long before the Empire, united the core worlds. On ancient Terra, there flew a legendary warplane known as the Fairchild Republic, A-10 Thunderbolt II. Built not for glamour, but for survival, the A-10 became famous for flying low, striking hard, and defending infantry under the harshest combat conditions. It could absorb punishment, return home damaged, and unleash devastating cannon fire against enemy armor. When Terra entered the Imperial fold, military historians and engineers studied many of its old war machines. Most were archived, but one design refused to die. Imperial planners saw in the A-10 a philosophy that transcended time: stay over the battlefield, protect the soldier, kill enemy armor. From that ancient foundation came the next evolutionary step, the A-20 Razorback, reforged for 1,000 worlds. The Razorback was never intended to be a museum piece or symbolic tribute. It was designed for the modern realities of interstellar war. Planetary battlefields vary wildly: frozen wastelands, acidic marshes, thin atmospheres, dense jungle worlds, desert moons, urban hive cities, even contested orbital stations. The A-20 was engineered to operate in them all. Its hull uses layered composite armor, resistant to flak, lasers, micrometeor strikes, and small arms fire. Redundant control systems allow the aircraft to keep flying after sustaining severe damage. Internal systems are compartmentalized, meaning fires, punctures, or battle damage in one section often do not doom the craft. Imperial engineers kept the soul of the old Terran attacker, then armored it for the stars. Designed for the front line, many Imperial aircraft are built for speed, interception, and strategic bombing. The Razorback was built for something simple and hard: to remain close enough to the fight to matter. Its pilots operate low, dirty, and dangerously near enemy weapons. They fly where artillery smoke blinds sensors, where anti-aircraft fire is thickest, and where friendly troops may be only meters from enemy lines. This is not glamorous work. It is necessary work. And because of that, infantry across the Empire trust the Razorback more than almost any other aircraft. Underground Forces Command. Unlike fleet interceptors or naval bombers, the Razorback does not answer to the Imperial fleet. It belongs to the Imperial ground forces, under the chain of command that supports armies, armored divisions, and marines on planetary surfaces. This distinction matters. Fleet aviators think in terms of squadrons, carriers, and strategic targets. Razorback pilots think in grid squares, trench lines, tank columns, artillery markers, and desperate infantry requests. They train alongside tank crews. They rehearse with forward observers. They study ground maneuver doctrine. To them, the battlefield is not abstract. It is personal. 4 engines. 2 words. Most aircraft are designed for either sky or space. The Razorback was engineered for both. Its 4-engine arrangement is divided into 2 separate propulsion systems. 2 air-breathing engines optimized for atmospheric combat flight. These provide endurance, loiter time, low-altitude maneuverability, and the brutal raw infantry recognized from miles away. 2 vacuum-rated space engines designed for orbital insertion, exo-atmospheric maneuvering, rapid ascent, and short-range space operations. This allows the Razorback to launch from orbit, descend into atmosphere, deliver close air support, then climb back towards space. And because the systems are separated, damage to one pair does not always cripple the other. If atmospheric engines are hit, space engines can assist emergency extraction. If space engines fail, the air-breathing pair can still operate planetside. Enemy gunners may celebrate 1 kill. Then, hear the remaining engines still coming. The sound of salvation. Veterans often say they knew the difference between friend and foe by sound alone. Enemy jets screamed overhead and vanished. The Razorback growled. Its 4 engines produce a deep mechanical thunder that rolls across valleys, cities, deserts, and jungle canopy long before the aircraft appears. To enemy troops, that sound means they have been found. To Imperial soldiers, it means they are no longer alone. Armor. Like a tank. The cockpit is surrounded by a hardened survival shell of layered titanium ceramic armor, rated to resist heavy autocannon fragments, missile shrapnel, and direct hits from many battlefield weapons. Fuel lines are self-sealing. Hydraulics are duplicated. Flight controls have manual backups. Critical wiring runs through armored channels. The aircraft's wings are reinforced with segmented spars, meaning sections can be damaged without total structural collapse. In simple terms, the Razorback is not built like an airplane. It is built like a flying armoured vehicle. What damage can it survive? Imperial maintenance records and battlefield accounts speak for themselves. Razorbacks have returned with half a wingtip missing, 1 vertical stabilizer destroyed, entire engine nacelles burned out, hundreds of projectile impacts across fuselage and wings, landing gear shot away, requiring belly panels, hydraulic failures compensated by manual control systems, major holes through non-critical fuselage sections, surface armour peeled open by missile near misses. Some have landed with fires still burning, some landed carrying dead engines, empty ammunition drums, and wounded crews. Some landed rearmed, refueled, and launched again the same day. Field repairs and relentless service ground, crews love and hate the Razorback in equal measure. They love it because it brings pilots home. They hate it because those pilots bring back machines that look impossible to repair. Armor plates scorched, hydraulic fluid everywhere, control surfaces hanging loose, shell fragments embedded in the fuselage. Yet again and again, crews patch, weld, reload, and refuel them, because every technician knows another platoon may need that aircraft before sunrise. Still deadly or wild dying, but what makes the Razorback feared is not merely that it survives. It continues fighting while damaged. A Razorback with 1 atmospheric engine aflame can still perform a gun run. A Razorback with damaged space thrusters can still remain over target. A Razorback leaking fuel can still launch rockets. A Razorback with shredded control surfaces can still bring death onto target. enemy commanders have learned a costly lesson. Damaging us, the Razorback is not the same as stopping. Twin rotary judgment. At the nose sit its signature weapons, twin rotary cannons. Even after sustaining heavy battle damage, these guns remain independently powered and isolated from many airframe failures. If one feed jams, the second can continue firing. Tank columns have broken after assuming a smoking, crippled Razorback was retreating, only to watch it roll in for one final strafing pass. There are stories of pilots bringing home aircraft so damaged ground crews believed them impossible to fly, then seeing fresh cannon residue on the barrels, meaning the pilot had fired again on the way out. Masters of close airs. Razorback pilots are not judged by aerial jewels or kill markings alone. They are judged by how many soldiers came home because they answered the call. Danger close strikes, broken ambushes, destroyed armor spearheads, erroneous extractions covered by cannon fire. Their victories are often counted not in medals, but survivors. Why, infantry, love it, to the Imperial infantryman pinned in mud, ruins, jungle or trench lines, the Razorback means something no strategic bomber ever can. Immediate help. When soldiers hear the 4-engine roar overhead and see a scarred aircraft limping through smoke, they cheer even louder. Because if that machine can survive all that punishment and still come for them, then maybe they can survive too. The Empire's flying tank, the A-20 Razorback, is not graceful. It is not elegant. It is not fragile. It is steel armor, engines, guns, and refusal. A war machine descended from Terra's old guardian angel, perfected by the Empire into something even harsher. Not built to look beautiful. Built to come home full of holes. Built to keep killing until it does. From all of us here at Mutual of Terror, if you ever see a burning Razorback diving towards you, run. If you like this video, make sure to like, share, and comment. It means a lot to us. Make sure to also subscribe so you can get notified when new videos are made. You can also learn more about ODAT Universe at https://millsci-fi author.com. Sign up for our newsletter, we promise not to spam you. Or join our fans, trolls and readers on our Facebook fan group. Search for Imperial Command in the Facebook search bar